Families have secrets. Some are harmless. Others are the kind that should never be spoken about. But the worst kind, the ones that refuse to stay buried. This is the story of the brother I never had, or at least the one I was never supposed to know about. It started when I was 8 years old. My mother had asked me to fetch something from the attic, an old box of winter clothes. It was hot, dusty, and filled with things I had never seen before. As I rummaged through the clutter, I found an old family photo album. Curious, I sat down and flipped through it. The first few pictures were familiar. My parents, baby photos of me, birthday parties. But then, I found a picture that didn't make sense. It was a family portrait, my mom, my dad, and me. But standing beside me was another boy. He looked just like me, same dark hair, same eyes, but I had no memory of him. I stared at the picture, my heart pounding. Who was he? That night, I heard the knocking again. It was faster this time, urgent, desperate. Then, my TV turned on by itself, blaring static. And then, a scream. Not from the wall, from somewhere inside the building. I rushed to the hallway along with a few other tenants who had been woken by the noise. The screaming was coming from apartment 4A. The door was wide open. Inside, we found an old man clutching his chest, gasping for air. His eyes were wide, locked onto something none of us could see. "No, that wasn't me. I didn't mean to," he stammered, his face turning pale. The air was heavy, cold. Then he collapsed, dead of the neighbors whispered, horrified. "That's him. That's the old landlord, the one they suspected but never caught." The next morning, I confronted my parents again. "Tell me the truth. Who is he?" My mom looked like she was about to cry. My dad stayed silent. Then finally my mom whispered, "His name was Daniel." "Was?" My voice wavered. She nodded. "He was your twin brother." I felt the world tilt beneath me. What happened to him? Silence. Then my dad muttered, "He didn't make it." But something in his tone didn't feel right. "Didn't make it." I pressed. And then my mom, voice shaking, said the words that still haunt me to this day. He was never supposed to exist. That night I couldn't sleep. I felt watched. Every shadow in my room seemed deeper. The air felt heavy. And then my closet door creaked open. I sat up, my breath caught in my throat. And in the darkness, I saw him. A boy. My age. My face. My eyes. Standing there smiling. "Mom and Dad lied to you," he whispered. I couldn't move. "They tried to forget me, but I never left." I wanted to scream, but then he stepped forward. Closer. Closer. "Now, it's your turn to be forgotten." The next morning, my parents found me on the floor, cold, unresponsive, staring at the ceiling. I don't remember what happened after that, but when I finally woke up, there was no record of Daniel. The photo, gone. My parents refused to talk about it, but I know what I saw. I know he was real. And sometimes, in the dead of night, I still hear him, whispering, holding for me to forget, us like they did. Some family secrets aren't meant to be discovered, but once you know the truth, you can never unsee it.